This video is to show you how to use rubrics when assigning assignments in Google Classroom. In order to use rubrics, we're going to go to classwork and we're just going to create an assignment. You do not have to have your rubric created before you create the assignment, but we'll talk about that later. So this is my assignment. I'm not going to put instructions and I'm not going to attach anything because this is just an example. But when you create your assignment, you are going to do those things. In order to create a rubric, you're going to go down to right here where it says rubric plus rubric. There's three different options that you have. One, you can create a rubric right now. Two, you can reuse a rubric that you've already used. And then three, you can import from sheets. First, I'm going to show you how to create. So we're going to click on create. So when we get to this page, this is where I'm going to put in my criteria. And I'm just going to move this over here. So we have our scoring turned on. I have it from descending. So first I'm going to put in my criteria. The criteria is what the student is actually being graded on. So for my example, I'm just going to say this part is spelling. So in this essay that they are writing, I want the students to use correct spelling. Then you're going to use a description. So your description is just going to give them more information on what you're expecting. So the student will use correct spelling. Now I'm going to actually put my levels. This is where you decide how many points they're going to get for each level. So level 1, I'm going to say, then you can put a description. So the writing had, and I can give like an example of 10 or more spelling mistakes. You just want to give the students more of an idea of what you're actually looking for. Then I can do level 3, and you can change that by typing it in or by using the up and down. Some spelling mistakes. The writing has, let's say, 5 or more spelling mistakes. And then my level 5, I could put few spelling mistakes. The writing had 1 or 2 spelling mistakes. So once I have my levels, you can have more than 3 levels. I wouldn't recommend having more than like 5 because then you really have to break down what you're looking for. So then I'm going to add a criterion. So next, my criterion is maybe stayed on topic. The student stayed on topic during the story. And now I get to my levels. So let's say level 1 did not stay on topic. The writing was not on topic. Let's say 3 again. Stayed on topic part of the story. The writing was on topic about, let's say, 50% of the time. And then level 5, the most they can get, stayed on topic. The writing was on topic the whole time. Okay, once you have added all your criteria, and you'll notice that I have level 5 and then level 5, it adds up to 10. So I'm going to do save. So now over here, you can see my rubric. I can go back to it. I can view it. I can edit, I can delete it, or I can export something from Sheets, which we'll do later. So I have my assignment. I'm going to assign it to my students. Now I'm going to go in as a student. And I'm going to show you what it looks like as a student. So here is my assignment right here. The left-hand side is where they're going to see the rubric, and they can either open up this little arrow, they can see the criteria, or they can hover over and they can see the criteria. And here's my second criteria. Once they have completed their assignment, they're going to mark it as done. So the teacher will see it's done. The rubric is good for the students to be able to see before and during and after they have completed the assignment, because the students know exactly what the teacher is looking for. Now I'm going to go back to my teacher account. I'm going to open the assignment. Okay. So on the left-hand side, this is where you're going to see your criteria. You can either, again, open to actually read the criteria, or you can keep it closed and you can just hover over. So let's say I'm going to give a 5 on spelling and I'm going to give a 3 on stays on topic. So you see that your criteria score is 5 out of 5 and then 3 out of 5. And this is my overall score for the rubric. Up here is where you see your overall score for the actual assignment. This can change, or you can leave it the way it is. Once I have graded, I'm going to return it to that student. I can leave a private comment if I would like. I'm going to return. Then go over to my student, refresh my page, and now the student can see their score. They can either open it up and see that they got 5 out of 5, or they can just hover over. They also see their score for each criteria, their rubric score, and then their overall score. The student can resubmit if they would like to change it, and the teacher can grade it again if you choose to. So that was creating a rubric from an assignment. You can also reuse a rubric. So I'm going to create another assignment. So I know the difference in my 2 sample assignments. I'm not going to attach anything, but I am going to go over and I'm going to create a rubric, but this time I'm going to reuse the rubric. So I can search my classes, and then I can search my assignments. This is the only assignment that I have a rubric for, so I'm going to click on that one. It tells me that it has 2 criteria and 10 points. Going to select. Then I will assign to my student, and you will see samples assignment 2. I can open it up. I can go in then and I can edit if I need to. So I can change any of the criteria if I wanted to. I can add criteria. Once you're done, you're going to save. You can change the scores. So if I want to change the points for any of these, I can. But I'm not going to make any changes. And I have my assignment posted, and then my student will be able to complete that assignment. The third way is to import a rubric from a Google Sheet. I have a Google Sheet right here that I have the template for, and I'm going to link this below in the video. And this template is just very generic. Nothing is filled in, but it tells you exactly where to type everything. So what you would do the first time you're going to use this, I would make a copy, keep this original copy, name it template, do not change or something like that. So I'm going to make a copy of it. So I have copy of copy, or I can change it to whatever the assignment is. So let's say sample assignment 3 rubric. So for my rubric, it is completely editable. It does not have anything in it other than the areas that you need to fill in. So we're just going to look at our old rubric to understand what parts need to go where. So this part right here is the criterion. So I'm going to do spelling. Right here is the description of the criteria. So the student will use correct spelling. And I'm just going to use the same content. Then I have my levels. I have my points, my title, and then my description. So my points, I only want level 5, 3, and 1. So I'm going to delete these columns, and it's okay to delete because you have your original copy. So level 5, level 3, and level 1. Level 5 was correct spelling. Level 3 was some spelling mistakes. And then level 1, many spelling mistakes. You can word this however you want. Then you want to describe. You want to be very specific. The student had no spelling mistakes. Level 3, the student had, let's say, if you want to be real specific, 50%, or no, let's say had 10 spelling mistakes. And then level 1, the student had over 20. Just depends how specific you want to be. Just so the student knows. Obviously, 5 means you spelled really well, and 1 means you had a lot of spelling mistakes. Then I'm going to go to criteria 2. This one was stays on topic. Description, the story stays on topic. Then I want my level 5 to be the story stayed on topic. Okay, there's my 2 criteria. Now, if I do not have any more criteria, I can go ahead and delete these others so they don't import. So now I have my 2 criteria, my points, my titles, and my descriptions. And I have it named so I know what to look for. So when I go back to my classroom, I'm going to create an assignment. So this is sample assignment 3. I'm going to go over to Rubric. This time I want to import from Sheets. And here is my template, but here is my sample assignment rubric. It's going to show you the rubric the way that you imported it. You can go in and make changes if you need to. But if you do not, you can add more criteria. But if you do not want to, you can go ahead and save. Here's my rubric with my 2 criteria. I'm going to assign. And now I have my rubric attached to my assignment. So those are the 3 ways that you can add a rubric to your assignment. You can create a rubric right from your assignment. You can reuse a rubric from a different assignment and edit once you put it in there, or you can import from a template. I'm going to share this copy of this template. Remember, anything you don't need, you just delete, and everything you're able to edit, so you can make any changes to anything that you need to. If you have any questions about using rubrics, please let me know and I would love to help you.